Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Hex. Welcome back to another video on the channel. In today's video, guys, we're actually over on Complex Gaming Skyblock Season 3. The server just dropped 3 days ago. Pretty much what we're going to be doing in today's video is we're going to be building a infinite money glitch. The reason why I'm calling this an infinite money glitch is actually, you know what? I'm not going to describe it. I'm just going to show you guys. So, step 1, you just go to /shop. You can go over to ores and buy emeralds. You just want to buy a stack. You can buy multiple stacks. It really doesn't really matter. You know, buy as much as you want, pretty much, because this is what you're gonna be buying a lot of. So be prepared and make sure you have some money, because this does cost a little bit of money. But in the long term, you make a lot more money. Pretty much, you just want to type in /pw space monies with a Z and then hit enter. You're gonna see a little fishing bucket. And pretty much it just tells you COD buckets and XP bottles. You go here. And this guy actually has a warp set up to tell players how to make this infinite money glitch work. It's no exploit. It's actually a part of the game. A lot of people don't realize, or I didn't even know this actually. I wouldn't say realize, but this server actually allows villager trading, which most servers, for a lot of us, don't allow that. So a lot of players, I don't know if they really know much about this method. It could, maybe everybody knows. Who knows? But, we're going to show it off. So pretty much you'll click on one of the villagers. Usually you can place down the barrel and get the bucket on the second try. It doesn't take too many tries to get this bucket. You don't have to level them up. Of course you will as you're, buying the buckets from them. But pretty much what you're going to do is you're just going to shift left click. And then just go ahead and shift them all into your inventory. You can buy 16 buckets at a time. That is the max that one villager can do. And sometimes the price will go from 3 emeralds to 5. It's still worth it either way, because you always have leftover emeralds. You can see out of the 64, I still had 16 left over from the 16 buckets. And then you just, pretty much repeat this. For now, I'm just going to go ahead and just spin the stack. And then you just go back to your island. Or type in island warp, and then we're just gonna head over to island. And now pretty much all you want to do is set up a magma block with a water source right above it, and just kind of enclose it. You can make it big, you can make it small, it's whatever you guys prefer. And then all you're gonna pretty much be doing now is just right clicking the fish in there. They'll die because of the heat from the magma block, and then you'll just pretty much repeat this process over and over, and then you'll throw them into the smoker and then let them cook, and then you will be able to make lots of money really quick. Once the COD is done cooking, all you're gonna want to do is type /sell. Everybody does have access to this command. It is a server wide. And then the best part is all you're gonna want to do now is hover over the COD and click it. You can see right now 21 pieces of cooked COD goes for $82,000. Keep in mind we only paid 28,000 for that stack of emeralds. So overall, we're making a lot of money really quick, and it is by far the best beginner step. This is definitely not a late game or a mid game, I would say. Money maker, it could be a mid game. I could be wrong on that, completely wrong on that, but it's definitely a good early game money maker. And if you have enough villagers, you can make millions every couple minutes. Since I showed you guys how to do the infinite money glitch, now I'm going to show you guys how to build it. And the schematics will be linked down in the description below. To my knowledge, Schematica is allowed on the server. You just cannot print, which thankfully printer doesn't really work that well. Alrighty, so I just finished placing in all the blocks that we need for the bottom half of the schematic. Like I said, this is going to be a two-part schematic because, like I said, this top part, I'd rather just have people design it how they want. But I'll include my top part, just a simple glass and some barrels. But yeah, we went ahead, I went ahead and went through and put all the glass on top of the magma blocks. I went ahead and got all the water and signs in. Everywhere else, and I'm not really worried about the red. That's just because that's supposed to be glass, because that's what I originally did. All the red is just stuff that I know of. The only reason why I'm not placing this is mainly because this wasn't supposed to be here when I downloaded the schematic off my world, but it's whatever. Not too worried about that. But we went and hang out the rail system setup. So pretty much how this system works is it's going to, I'll be up here trading with the villagers as I fly, or I can build like a little platform if I really want to, but I'm not too worried about that. And right now I think this schematic can hold 51 villagers. If I'm I believe it's 51 or 52 villagers total that this can handle, and pretty much they're all just going to be fishing villagers. And then I'll just kind of fly around as I fill up my inventory, drop the buckets into the water, have the water go down into this little system, and then pretty much this system will funnel all the buckets down into these hoppers, and it'll just go around and around to all the buckets pretty much get picked up. I'm gonna be kind of smart about how I do it, mainly because I don't have a lot of hoppers right now. If I had way more hoppers, if I could use more, I would totally make this design way different. But this is kind of like a budget friendly design. I'm gonna kind of go back through later and see what else I can change on it, but I wasn't too worried. Only reason why I made it so big is just because, you know, if I want to do other stuff with this, you know, maybe I don't know, do anything else I pretty much want with this farm. But yeah, that is the farm. It's a super basic design. Overall, it does use probably a lot of unnecessary water, redstone, blocks, you know, but I'm not too worried about it. Like I said, I'll go back through later and maybe do a compact design, but like I said, at the moment I ain't worried about that. But like I said, but now that I showed you guys off the bottom half, I'm gonna go ahead and just do a quick little speed run of the top half, and then I will be getting to placing all the villagers. Now that I'm done with the top half, all we have to do now is buy some villager eggs and get to placing, which they are not gonna be under that, they're gonna be under spawners, and right now they are selling for, or you can buy them for $54,000, pretty much 55 if you just want to round up. Oh, we'll buy a couple more. Why not? We'll buy 25. 25 leaves us with 100k, but it's fine. I can sell both of my vote keys for 100k to some random island. I don't know why players love vote keys on here, but they do, which is understandable though. All we're gonna do next is go back through and make sure they all have the bucket trade, and for the ones that don't have the bucket trade, all you simply have to do is break the barrel and replace it. But of course, make sure your villager doesn't get out or you just lost $50,000. Which they shouldn't walk off, but you never know with villagers. First one has a bucket, and it looks like for the majority of them, oh, got one that doesn't. So yeah, I'm just gonna speed through this real quick, get all the ones that don't have buckets out and are replaced, and get all 25 of these villagers at bucket status. Alrighty, so I got all the villagers right where I needed them. I only had to fix 8 out of the 25, so that's not too bad. Now they are all going to be on the bucket of cod, so it should be pretty easy. This is already a lot of villagers. I plan on having like probably triple this eventually. That's the plan. Because this is, like I said, super OP money method at the early start, and with how people are only H and stuff for like as little as, you know, or I say little, but like 12 million, you know. There's not really any big ones up right now, but like I've seen some go for 40 mil, 50 mil. For some reason, all the stuff that's in here right now is pretty cheap. But if you can produce, you know, 50 mil in say an hour, well, boom, now you can buy yourself one of the bunny pieces, or who knows, even a rank. I don't know if they have rank vouchers on the server, but I'm guessing they do. I'm not too fully sure. But yeah, so one thing everybody will have to fix, of course, you know, you guys could all design this part or this whole farm however you want. You don't even have to copy this farm. But for anybody that does copy the farm, this area where the storage was, I'll do a little clip where what it used to look like and what it looks like now. So pretty much you're going to want the chest, the rails where the hoppers are, to feed directly into the smoker. And on top of that, you're also going to want it so that you can put chests behind for coal purposes. That way you can have your smokers always being constantly refilled. That way you don't have to worry about that part either. Of course, coal, I don't know how much it is in the shop, but you might, you know, your best bet is to probably, yeah, it's actually pretty cheap overall. But like if you're going to be using a lot of this, like if you're going to be burning through a lot of coal, there's no point of dropping, you know, 50 grand on coal per chest, and then boom, you just lost a lot of profit. So if anything, I would just set up a strip mine, or any kind of mine really where you can get coal. This one produces a lot. I do miss a lot too, but like I can get a lot of coal pretty quick from this. I could probably get a double chest within like 20 minutes, maybe 30, maybe sooner. I don't know. I haven't really messed around with this farm too much since I built it. I use it a little bit. You can see on the right hand side that I have 7,000 out of 10,000 blocks mined, which that is actually ores, so it's taking me a little longer than it should, but hey, we're on the grind. I don't know what the tier 4 pickaxe is, but hopefully it's better than my voter pickaxe. That'd be very, very nice. But like I said, once again, I would just simply go through and modify this area. That way you guys don't have any issues, or you don't have to manually refill the coal too often. Of course, you're gonna have to manually refill as needed for the chest part. But now that we got all that done, let's go ahead and slap down a minecart rail, which it looks like they do not sell those by themselves, so we'll have to make one real quick. So one sec, let me fly over to my crafting table because I do not have any ranks on this server. Let's go ahead and build that, and then now that we have this equipped, all we have to do now is slap it on the track. We'll slap it. Okay. Ooh, I'm not gonna lie, guys. I didn't test to see if they even allowed these carts, but I'm thankful they do. So yeah, that's pretty much just always gonna be spinning. The server's a little laggy right now. It says the TPS is at 20, but it's been stuttering for the last couple minutes now. But yeah, this shouldn't be an issue with redstone at all on the network. You should be totally fine running, like leaving the minecart to run 24/7. It might stop though if you unload the chunk or if you leave your island, so keep that in mind. I don't know if it actually does, but like I said, just keep that in mind. But the clock, on the other hand though, this clock, do not leave this thing running 24/7. You might, I don't know if redstone clocks are allowed on the server. Just a fair warning. I actually never like checked. But if they're not, well, don't get caught, I guess. I don't know. Just kidding, that's a bad influence. Yeah, just simply make sure you check the rules, make sure these clocks are allowed, because I simply did not check the rules, or I did, but like I didn't look for this certain item, and I didn't really see anything about clocks. I only mostly saw stuff about automation, which with your account, so like AFK mining, AFK, you know, killing with auto clickers, macros, all that fun stuff. Alrighty, so I got the filter system all set up. It took me a little bit longer than it should have, but I had some complications with the spitter. That's what I call this bad boy, aka the dropper. So pretty much I just kept like not centering it where I needed to. I kept interfering with the filter itself. The only bad thing about this filter that I completely forgot about is you're gonna need at least a whole stack of cod before you can actually get the filter system to work. Of course, you can clog the other two, that way it's only this singular hopper that is picking them up. So basically how this filter works is the items are gonna go through the hoppers up here, and then it's gonna funnel down. Right now the item hopper needs at least 32 cod in here for it to filter to the next hopper. And for some reason, the way the redstone works on the server, I don't know what it is, because on my single player world this works fine without, like, this will funnel straight down, but on the server it seems to block this hopper. So pretty much this hopper needs to have 32, this hopper needs to 32. And I would not feed, I would let this manually, like, or automatic feed down into the second hopper. Don't manually put any COD in it yourself. Because I did notice when I was testing it with emeralds, it would for some reason not send any through. But if you let it naturally just feed in, it'll keep 32 in here, and then it'll put the rest in here. And then from there it'll go down, and then voila, you got your coal system right in the front now versus the back, so it's a little bit easier to access. And then it would just go straight down here, and then boom, you spawn in, bop, bop, and bop. Overall, it took me a little longer, like I said, than it took me about like half hour for some reason just to simply do all this. Mainly because I kind of forgot how to make a filter system. I don't know why, but like I said, this system should work on the server. I did test it with emeralds, so everything should be good. But let me go ahead and show you guys how this farm works exactly. So we'll go ahead and just toss down a couple buckets on each side, and then we'll just kind of let it filter its way through. And then on top of that, I'll go ahead and buy a little bit more from just random villagers. Like I said, you get 16 buckets at a time. So if you're just pretty much spam buying, and you don't have to like center yourself in this design, I'm just doing it because I'm not standing here. But if you were actually using this and like mass producing buckets from this, you would pretty much just stand right in front of the barrels, and then, you know, click them, each one, and then as your like inventory is full, you can like probably center yourself a certain way. That way, when you're in the villager trading thing, it will spit all the buckets down. But or you can be a little bit farther back and then just hit Q, and then it'll just drop it right out of your inventory for you. So now that all those buckets have made their way into hoppers, we're gonna go ahead and activate the system. Like I said, you can use a pressure plate. You can also use a lever too. I just kind of like the pressure plate method. I kind of let it do a couple spins. Actually, this is gonna probably take a little longer, so we're just gonna kind of let it do its thing for a sec. Let's go ahead and slow that down though. Let's go ahead and slow it down here too. Oh, keep going too far. Because I don't want it to sit there and fully spam. So I would definitely recommend putting it on the third tick. That way it does not fully spam the server. And you, like I said, I don't know if these type of clocks are allowed. I don't see why they wouldn't be, as long as the server knows how to optimize redstone and stuff. But at the same time, I can see why these type of clocks aren't allowed. So, like I said, if you get in trouble, just blame me. Just point them directly to this video if they don't see it before me. But that should have gotten all the COD out, I believe. So, ooh, yeah, okay. So you will have buckets get stuck in the hoppers for now. That'll be fine until you have 3 full stacks of COD saved up. I wouldn't really worry too much about the hoppers. These 2 hoppers anyways being messed up. But for now, let's make sure there's no COD in either of them. That way we can transfer it over to the right location. So there's 12 in that one. Here's another 12. So this is at 25. So we should have more than that. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh wait, no, no, that sounds about right actually. Maybe, I don't know. Let's check the minecart and see if there's any stuck in there. Because I knew earlier. Okay, yeah, it's not. Earlier it was getting stuck in there, but I think that was just due to server lag, honestly. So you should be good to go. Like I said, don't worry about these 2 for now. You could probably just put random blocks in here, like a stack of cobble if you really wanted to, which I actually might do that just so we're not having buckets funnel into the smokers, even though it doesn't do nothing. Perfect. Let's take those out, drop that in. And boom, 32. Like I said, it's gonna have 32 in both of these hoppers, and then after that it'll start funneling into this hopper and then feeding to the smoker. You just have to have a full stack before you can sadly get any product. So yeah, I think that's gonna be it for today's video. Like I said, let me know in the comments if you guys try out this design or even this money method. You don't even have to really try the design itself, but I will be leaving the schematics down in the description for anybody that is interested in building this farm and don't really feel like building it themselves. Like I said, as of now, you are allowed to use Schematica. Just don't use Printer, because Printer is a bannable offense on the server. But if you're using Litmatica, you should be fine, because that one does. Printer doesn't even work on that mod for this server. They probably have it blocked or something. But yeah, if you guys are on any custom clients at all, just make sure you guys aren't printing, because you might get banned from the server if you get caught. Just give you guys a fair warning. Like I said, this farm's not too resource intensive, so I really wouldn't worry about that. Let's go ahead and fix that real quick. I think it's my hat that it's like bugged out. But for some reason, the server takes my glasses away, and I don't have eyes under my glasses. So yeah, they're just there for like design purposes at this point. You know, who needs eyes to play games? Nobody. But as always, guys, I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. It's gonna be a little long probably for the second video, but let me know in the comments if you guys want to see more of this content. Even if you don't, you'll probably still get to see more content. As always, have a good night. Peace.